And I called Sa this morning to let Sa know the reason that New York is losing is because of Ten Toes. It's because of Hassan. It's because of Zip. It's because of 050.
Soon as I heard that, got on my phone, I went right to Instagram, unfollow, remove his follower. Soon as I saw that, as soon as I heard that, Zip, Zip the reason why New York losing? Who the fuck? What? How I'm the reason?
New York was always known for teaching them babies. These are the things that I'm talking about. I want to see the tough guys demonstrate fatherhood. And even if they don't have children, they don't realize that when you have influence over men that are your peers, you still have influence over the babies, even if you never directly speak to them, because you're influencing their father, their uncle, their big brother, even the big homies from the neighborhood. So by us showing reading with children, by us showing, but changing the narrative, I think that's how we begin to put New York back in its proper light and proper perspective, because New York was known for the gods. New York was known always for being the thought leaders. New York was always known for teaching them babies, the 5%ers, the Nation of Islam popped in Detroit and Chicago, but the conversations that went around the world from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So when that gets restored, when we put things back in a proper perspective, then everything will fall in line.
And because majority of the dudes that's on the YouTube channel are from New York. And when I say majority of the dudes, I'm talking about the dudes from that section, the dirty section. They named it the dirty section. So EnQi, you put me part of that section saying you're all in the same barrel, in which I believe I'm not part of that section. You said that a lot of these guys is on medication and to teach these babies. I done did shows about medication and the different effects of medication. I done did shows about HIV and AIDS and promiscuity and how the disease is spread and all of that. I even did things about cancer. I did shows about credit cards, how to build your credit for those brothers that's coming home. I done did things for brothers that came home from prison, got them jobs and helped them. So my shit is totally different from them because none of them have done that ever. I've been on here for 4 years. And out of the 4 years that I've been up here, I've done way more than all of them put together because none of them did it. You here blaming us.
And I called Sa this morning to let Sa know the reason that New York is losing is because of Ten Toes. It's because of Hassan. It's because of Zip. It's because of 050.
You here blaming us and blaming all the people that came after y'all, Saneter, you, the Israelites, all the elders. You put all of y'all, so I'm gonna put all y'all in one bucket. I'm gonna put all y'all in one bucket and say, I've been on here 4 years. Where the hell you been at all these years? I've been battling and going back and forth. Dudes is online right now, live, talking about 10 Toes Down and how I lost against Whack 100 and all this other stuff. When I promote, my promotion is, yo, listen, I'm the one that started that fighting thing. Let's stop beefing on this internet, put the gloves on and show these babies how we used to do back in the days. We could box it out in the gym and then we could hug and shake after it's over and we could become brothers and nobody make no more videos after that, no more. I'm the reason why Saneter started even talking back to Hassan Campbell. I brought them together when you see them up in Bronx River. I'm the one that did that. I'm the one that went when they was getting that Fat Joe with the fake paperwork. I'm the one that went to the federal building. I went to the precinct. I went everywhere, got his name cleared out. I'm the one, when it comes to paperwork, I want it to be authentic. I do my research and do everything. Though they try to push me and shoot it down because I'm coming with positivity. The ones who so EnQi, you say that you watch everything that's going on. Did you ever see me together with them on a channel promoting the same thing? Whenever you see me on a channel, they shooting at me. They getting at me. I'm the one that they shooting the missiles at. You never see me with nobody else ever getting at them. It's always me by myself. That's why I'm 10 toes down. And you said, what else was it? Yeah, that's another thing you just did. Like y'all be doing the elders. Y'all will start from one thing, and we talking about why New York is losing. Then you went off course and start talking about fruits and berries and vaginas and all this other shit. That ain't got nothing to do why New York is losing. Zip with the Drip is coming up here, and he's claiming he lived by a code. He's gangster, tough. When I was in jail, I held it down. I was this, I was that. Every story that you hear from Zip with the Drip, he's either getting beat up or backing down from some type of fight. Then you said healthy body, working out. Do you know that every Sunday I got my truck? I got over 300 pounds of weight in there. I drive around, I go live and tell people, yo, who ready to work out? I do that on Sundays. Apparently, you don't be watching my videos. Go to my channel and look on Sundays. I'm out there in the streets driving around. Where you at? I tell them I'm not going all the way this far. I'm only doing this amount of distance. I'm doing the Bronx and Harlem. I'm doing the Bronx and Harlem today. Or I'm doing Queens today. I'm doing Brooklyn. I'm out there on that health tip. And I've been saying unite from the day when I came in. Bimmy even tried to do it. Bimmy said, look, I got a billionaire that's behind me that's going to build studios for everybody. And we're going to come together and we're going to do this. And he put all the beautiful stuff on it. And none of these dudes wanted to do it. So what am I supposed to do? Just continue sitting back and letting them talk negative and build this negative image in these kids?
This is why New York is losing. Let's go, EnQi. Time will start when you're ready.
Again, okay, so we can start the time now. Although I'm challenging the statement of why New York is losing. So I'm challenging his reasoning. His reasoning is that New York is losing because of, you know, the Zips, the Hassans, etc. But in that video, he never included himself. So what I'm saying is you are a part of the Zips, the Hassans, the 050, the movements. And yes, I seen the video where you said you was apologizing to everybody and blah, 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 blah. But then you came on Math Hoffa video with Soul B and Bimmy, and y'all shot at everybody that you said you was squashing the beef with. So I would like to see you get Math Hoffa working out. I would like to see you getting Bimmy working out. These are the things that I'm talking about. I want to see the tough guys demonstrate fatherhood. And even if they don't have children, they don't realize that when you have influence over men that are your peers, you still have influence over the babies, even if you never directly speak to them, because you're influencing their father, their uncle, their big brother, even the big homies from the neighborhood. So by us showing reading with children, by us showing, but changing the narrative, I think that's how we begin to put New York back in its proper light and proper perspective, because New York was known for the gods. New York was known always for being the thought leaders. New York was always known for teaching them babies, the 5%ers, the Nation of Islam popped in Detroit and Chicago, but the conversations that went around the world from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So when that gets restored, when we put things back in a proper perspective, then everything will fall in line. No,
I wasn't in touch with none of them. Bimmy was reaching out to each one of them because at the time he was cool with each one of them individually, right? And this was Bimmy's plan. He said, listen, I'm going to build your own studios, right? Y'all can have your own joint, whatever you want. And we're going to have people come in and you're going to interview. Not that they're going up there doing the same thing they're doing over here. His thing was interviews. If I get LL Cool J, if I get 50 Cent, if I get this person, y'all all going to get a chance to interview that person. So his whole thing was he was going to build a studio for everybody for we can do interviews. We was going to make it podcasts, not this where we be going back and forth and talking that. Bimi's vision was, and their vision down there in Tennessee, in which I'm there. She's with that. They with building that. And introduced Saneter to Bimi before. It ain't like Bimi wouldn't work with Saneter. But that's what the whole goal was. And in a nutshell, right? The whole thing really was to get us all together and work together. And we could work together by having these different stars and people come together. So right now, what we're in the process of doing, me, Bimi, and others, we got a series coming out, kind of like Power. It's a series that's coming out. It's going to have a whole lot of actors. Bimi is starting his own podcast channel called The Park, where he's sitting down and interviewing people, not none of this back and forth, dirty section stuff.
Okay. So will these platforms that y'all are building, you working on, will you be making sure that teaching the babies is going on? Is House of Consciousness going to be featured on these platforms?
Definitely House of Conscious definitely be on there. Definitely House of Conscious definitely be on there. What did you do to reconcile with you and Saneter? Because I'm sure that y'all went at it.
Me and Sa just talked, and when we talked, we had the communication, and from the communication, I realized that what I was attempting to hold Saneter accountable for largely wasn't, it wasn't what it was. I was mistaken. I had the wrong impression. So I had to apologize to Sa. He apologized to me. We manned up. But that's because we have a certain maturity level that may not exist in everybody in the YouTube space, especially people that only been on the YouTube space for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. When you've been on YouTube a decade, it's different.
So I think that this is your time now, EnQi Real. I think it's time for you to man up and step up, and you be the voice and go to them and say, you know what? I just had a debate with 10 toes down. Me and you need to talk, Zip. Me and you need to talk, China, Harlem. Get all of them and say you need to talk to them because you're the elder. You from the conscious community. Let's start bringing some consciousness to the goddamn dirty section. When that's going to start? My challenge to you.
All right, so y'all hear the premise, right? The guy, Dr. EnQi, called Saneter and tell him, yo, 10 toes down is what's wrong with New York. Yeah, 10 toes down is what's wrong with New York. That's what Dr. EnQi called Saneter and tell him. Set up a debate. I want to have a debate with 10 toes down because I feel like he the reason why New York is losing.
And I called Sa this morning to let Sa know the reason that New York is losing is because of 10 Toes. It's because of Hassan. It's because of Zip. It's because of 050.
As soon as I heard that, got on my phone, I went right to Instagram, unfollow, remove his follower. As soon as I saw that, as soon as I heard that, Zip the reason why New York losing? Who the fuck, what? How I'm the reason?
So I think that this is your time now, EnQi Real. I think it's time for you to man up and step up and you be the voice and go to them and say, you know what? I just had a debate with 10 toes down. Me and you need to talk, Zip. Me and you need to talk, China, Harlem. Get all of them and say you need to talk to them because you're the elder. You from the conscious community. Let's start bringing some consciousness to the goddamn dirty section.
Health is your real wealth. That's what we talk about. So even like the Mayweather boxing fitness gyms that I have, around the country as well as around the world, we just truly believe in health is your wealth. We want you working out. We're nobody's going to be here forever, but while we're here, We only have one body, we only have one temple, so we have to take care of our bodies, and that's what I'm doing. If I'm not going to invest in anything, I'm going to invest in myself. You know, health is your real wealth, so I got to make sure that I'm staying in good condition, in good shape.
Go to Amazon now. Get the generational health curriculum for you and your family.
I'm cleaning this shit up. I'm exposing these lames for what they really is on the internet and all that. These old bust ass niggas. Fuck is you talking about? Like, respectfully, I'm asking you that with all due respect. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm the reason why New York is losing. How you put me in that? Why you mention my name in that right there? The reason why New York is losing, nigga. You the reason why New York is losing. You ain't never left New York, nigga. I just did 20 years in jail and you gonna blame me for New York losing? I just did 20 years in jail and you gonna blame me for New York losing? Nigga, you was out here. You could have kept New York winning. You was out here. You could have kept New York winning. What happened? What happened? Like, as soon as I heard that, I went right to Instagram, Dr. EnQi, and unfollowed you. And then I removed you as a follower as well, you heard? Because I ain't one of them niggas just to unfollow, keep you around as a follower and all that. Nah, you could get from around here too, you heard? You feel like I'm the reason why New York is losing. What you was following me on Instagram for? What you was following me on Instagram for if you feel like I'm the reason why New York is losing? How I'm the reason? How's I'm the reason? I just did 20 years in jail. Yeah, I'm a drug war veteran, nigga. Yeah, victim of mass incarceration, nigga. I came home. This is how y'all niggas had it out here, nigga. Y'all niggas left the streets. Y'all niggas got the streets like this, nigga. When I left the streets, nigga, it wasn't like this, nigga. I left the streets, it wasn't like this, nigga. You niggas that stayed out here, nigga, ain't go nowhere, nigga. Y'all niggas is the reason why New York losing, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Niggas is crazy.
When the scholars, the people on the internet that actually teach the babies, took a back seat to the paperwork parties, to the snitching videos, to the who did more years in prison, make their argument more
I want that part to play.
authentic, snitching videos, to the who did more years in prison, make their argument more authentic.
I just did that. I just used how many years I did in prison to make my argument more authentic, nigga. You was out here in the streets. When I left the streets, they wasn't like this. They was in a better condition than this when I left the streets. I came home after all of them years in jail, and this is what y'all niggas got. This is what y'all niggas welcome the nigga to. Yo, look what we did. Look what we did. And then you talk that when the niggas on the internet who teach the babies, I dare you niggas to post your audience analytics and let us see how many niggas from 18 to 25 is like patched into what you niggas is doing. Fuck you mean teach the babies, nigga. Ain't no babies patched in that weirdo shit y'all niggas be talking about. Ain't no babies listening to that shit y'all niggas be talking about. Y'all niggas ain't never been frontline with the babies. Like let's be honest, homie. Y'all niggas ain't never been frontline with no babies, nigga. Niggas that teach the babies. If anybody watching y'all, they well off into their adult years. Yeah, very mature crowd, I'm sure. Sure, if y'all niggas post, y'all niggas analytics, audience analytics, like if y'all niggas go over here like this, right? Y'all niggas do this right. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about, matter of fact. I can show you better than I can tell you. Took a back seat to the niggas that teach the babies. Or the niggas that took a back seat to the niggas. What? Hold on. Analytics. Audience. Age. Me. Zip with the drip. I'm lit. I got it going on out here. From 13 to 17, 1%. From 18 to 24, 5.5%. And this is me, Zip. Out of all of you niggas, the nigga with the most, like, how could I say it, like, the nigga that's really like, you know, that still got mud on his sneaker. You feel me? Like they know me, right? 13 to 17, 1%. 18 to 24, 5.5%. But you niggas put y'all's up. I bet you when they get up here to the 65 plus, y'all niggas purple lines be up here. All this 55 to 64, y'all niggas purple lines is gonna be way up there somewhere. Y'all niggas purple lines is gonna be way up there. I go to the other channel. Hold up. Go to the other channel. This is a new channel, so niggas be like, oh, well, those statistics are a little screwed because that's a new channel. Blah blah blah. All right, cool. Even worse. On the lit channel. On the lit channel where we're like, it's really going on at? The babies? I ain't got no babies over here listening to me, nigga. Ain't no motherfucking babies over here listening to me, nigga. So you niggas that was teaching the babies, right? You niggas that was teaching the motherfucking babies, why y'all niggas stop? What I got to do with what y'all niggas is doing with the babies? The babies don't watch me, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. The babies don't watch me. 13 to 27, 0.2%. 18 to 24, 3.2%. The babies don't watch me, bro. And if mines look like this, I'm sure y'all niggas is worse. It's like, as far as, yeah. Ain't no kids watching y'all. Ain't no kids watching y'all. Like what? And niggas just be talking. I'm saying you just wanted the opportunity to be talking, saying my name, Dr. EnQi. That's what I think. This was a bad way to go about it.
When our priorities got misaligned that way, when people begin to think that Hassan Campbell was the OG of all of the platforms on YouTube, instead of House of Consciousness, instead of that root from the Black Panthers and Khalid Muhammad, those are the things that contributed to New York losing. That's the reason why New York.
So, you heard what he just said, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all. Hold on.
Taking the L right. Instead of that root from the Black Panthers, G of all of the platforms on YouTube, that way. When people begin to think that Hassan Campbell was the OG of all of the platforms on YouTube, instead of House of Consciousness, instead of that root from the Black Panthers and Khalid Muhammad, those are the things that contributed to New York losing. That's the reason why New York is taking.
So why the fuck you say my name for in your opening argument? So why would you mention my name in your opening argument if that's the case? If that's what you surmise, that since niggas, the paperwork parties and all of that took a front seat to the mind of the conscious or whatever the fuck you just, whatever channel you just mentioned, I don't know. Right. If that's what you surmise, sir, why would you mention my name? For when I was released from the New York State Department of Corrections, this shit was already going on the internet. I came home, niggas was already having paperwork parties. Oh yeah. 1090 in the sentence, 1090 Jake and all of that been popping. 050 and them niggas was on the internet before me, Jim Jones paperwork and all of that. It was all type of niggas on the internet, paperwork parties and all of that before I got it. I didn't invent that term. Let me get a 1 if you think Dr. Sebi knew what he was curing people. If you give me a 1 if you think he was curing people, and give me a 2 if you think Dr. Sebi was cat. He beat the U.S. in court. Cat. I get 63,000 views right here. Boom, saying. I just want to say, you are what you eat. Right? If you only eating plants. So, this shit is that. I said I had to come right back. I said what I said about the plant-based diet people. People get in the comments. They upset. Maybe they got plant-based diets. I don't know. Then they start asking me about Dr. Sebi. Oh, so you think Dr. Sebi was capping? Blah, 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 blah. Bitch, who you know that had that hurt that don't got it no more listening to Dr. Sebi? Because that's what they did. Oh, he had the cure for this. He had the cure. What the fuck did that nigga cure? Who he cured? We want to know. Who had that hurt that don't got it no more? Fuck out of here, Dr. Sebi. That nigga ain't no different than Miss Cleo to me. You are what you eat. If you only eating plants, you a bitch ass nigga. Cause plants is pussy. I ain't never seen a plant do nothing to nobody, you heard? Let's get that out the way. But I'm saying, if people been eating meat, pause, for at least 2 million years, why then would you exclude that from your diet? The phenotype affects the genotype. That's something I learned in genetics. The phenotype affects the genotype. The environment, that's the phenotype. It affects the genotype. You see how black people got them broad noses? That's because of the climate. The chinky eye Asians like this, that's because of the climate. Very windy. You know what I'm saying? Then years and years and years of evolution. That's why that shit happened like that. You see the Caucasians is very hairy in the mountains. Cold. Yeah, it was cold. They needed more insulation. Been putting red meat into the system for 2 million years. That shit is part of your genetic makeup now. You need that shit to survive, you heard? I don't give a fuck with them people. You see all of these soft-ass niggas out here nowadays? It's a correlation, trust me. That soybean is rich in estrogen, you heard? Yeah, that's some shit that you don't need as a man. Estrogen, you don't need that shit. Especially no extra doses. You got some of it because you got it from your moms. But you don't need no extra doses of estrogen, you heard? Soybean. Eat a salad. Nah, fuck that. Give me a steak and some tap water. Let's get to that. See me. All right, so I post that. Hold on. Speaking of tap water, hold on. So I post that, right? And I really feel like that. Like, you know, all these niggas running around vegan and veggie, all of that shit. I think that's why so many bitch ass niggas running around. It's part of the reason. Ain't no one thing.
Now listen, before y'all say anything, I have reached out to Zip on multiple occasions to offer him some of that blue magic for that cough. I reached out to him on multiple occasions to get him some blue magic for that cough. So we're gonna
the direct cause of anything. You heard it's a bunch of shit. But excluding meat out the diet, I think that makes for a society full of timid niggas. Yeah. Plants is pussy. I got a plant right now. I can go in there and do whatever I want to do to the plant. Shit ain't gonna do nothing. Shit ain't gonna defend itself at all. The cat. Yeah, you can't even pet the cat when it don't want to get pet. That shit'll scratch you. Back up off of me, nigga. So ain't no you just do anything you want to do to the cat. You understand what I'm saying? Plants is pussy. So if all you consuming is plants, then if you are what you eat, you're a plant. You're a pussy ass plant. So I say this on Instagram, right? I'm lit on Instagram. I ain't gonna lie. So it gets about 65,000 views on Instagram. Video, a nigga rapping, talking 700 about comments. Eat a salad, bitch, nigga.
All right, now here's my Instagram page, right? If you're not subscribed to my Instagram page, go subscribe to my IG page, right? Here's what is on my page. Whoop! You see that? So I make this post with Zip on it. And then a couple days later, 2 days later, I make the post with Sebi on it. And then after that, you see what I'm saying? I put the post with Zip on it, then I put the post with Sebi on it, and then after that, things went, yeah. So that's why I'm saying I feel partially responsible for how this turned out.
niggas start talking about Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi. They say, oh, so what you think, Dr. Sebi was capping? You don't think he was capping? I know it's impolite to ask a question, to answer a question with a question, but it's 211 people in the chat, in the building right now. I don't know how many of y'all is participating in the chat. Let me get a 1 if you think Dr. Sebi knew what he was curing people. Give me a 1 if you think he was curing people, and give me a 2 if you think Dr. Sebi was capped.
Now listen, at this moment, I had to go take the dog out, but a lot of number ones went up in the chat. A lot of number ones went up in the chat right at that moment. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of number ones went up in that chat. But you see what I'm saying? This is because with zip content, right? With zip content, this doesn't make no sense. What are you doing, Zip? Coming way over here, attacking the vegans and Dr. Sebi. What are you doing? You totally out of pocket for this right now.
The world knew New York as Muslims, as gods. When I was growing up, we had knowledge of self. I was a god body. I'm still acknowledging myself as that. I had knowledge of self. New York, we need to get back to being civilized. Off this gang shit. Off the blood. Off the crip. Let's go back to the essence, nigga. Back to the Let's go back to being civilized.
That's all I'm saying, man. We got to get focused now. Zip, you supposed to be way over there with your content. You ain't got no business coming all the way over here talking about phenotypes and genotypes and was Dr. Sebi capping or not. Respectfully, you are not qualified to. Zip, you got to relax.
So I think that this is your time now, EnQi Real. I think it's time for you to man up and step up, and you be the voice and go to them and say, you know what? I just had a debate with 10 toes down. Me and you need to talk, Zip. Me and you need to talk, China, Harlem. Get all of them and say you need to talk to them because you're the elder. You from the conscious community. Let's start bringing some consciousness to the goddamn dirty section.
So what you think, Dr. Sebi was capping? You don't think he was capping? I know it's impolite to ask a question, to answer a question with a question, but it's 211 people in the chat, in the building right now. I don't know how many of y'all is participating in the chat. Let me get a 1 if you think Dr. Sebi knew what he was curing people. Give me a 1 if you think he was curing people, and give me a 2 if you think Dr. Sebi was capped. I'm gonna light this little clear zip up. Let me know. Misplaced loyalty. That's just a lot of ones. 1, 2. Come on. Monte Ellis said cap. More 1s than 2s. I see the 1 and the 2. Share this live, y'all, because I want y'all to really hear this shit that I gotta say in regards to this. Share the live. Share the live. Hit this clip. he beat the U.S. in court. Cap. I didn't say it's cap Dr. Sebi killed anybody. I'm not saying that's cap, but him beating the U.S. in court, cap. I'm calling cap on that. Public record, do your research. He won a case in the Supreme Court, proving it. Cap! Hold up. So now, check it. So one of the comments was about Dr. Sebi. And so my reply, look, same day. I get 63,000 views right here. Boom, saying, I just want to say, you are what you eat. Right? If you only eating plants. So, this shit is that, I said I had to come right back. I said what I said about the plant-based diet people. People get in the comments. They upset. Maybe they got plant-based diets. I don't know. Then they start asking me about Dr. Sebi. Oh, so you think Dr. Sebi was capping? Blah, 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 blah. Bitch, who you know that had that hurt that don't got it no more listening to Dr. Sebi? Because that's what they did. Oh, he had the cure for this. He had the cure. What the fuck did that nigga cure? Who he cured? We want to know. Who had that hurt that don't got it no more? Fuck out of here, Dr. Sebi. That nigga ain't no different than Miss Cleo to me. Let's get to that. Hey, yo. Now, I said what all of you motherfuckers that put one in the chat, tell me who you know that had that hurt or that house in Virginia. Yeah. Who the fuck you know had that hurt or that house in Virginia that don't got it no more because of Dr. Sebi?
The world knew New York as Muslims, as gods. When I was growing up, we had knowledge of self. I was a god body. I'm still acknowledging myself as that. I had knowledge of self. New York, we need to get back to being civilized. Fuck this gang shit. Fuck the blood. Fuck the crip. Let's go back to the seasons, nigga.
Back to the
Let's go back to being civilized.
Who you know? Don't say Magic, because you don't know that nigga, and he still got it. Who you know? Oh, he brought 70 people in the court that he cured and blah, 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 blah. Which one of them 70 you know? Where they at right now? Saying, yo, I had the, what's her name? Dr. Sebi cured me. Where they at? That shit was in 1984. Ain't none of them alive no more. Where them people at, nigga? Do you know what them people came to court for? Huh? Do you know what them people ain't come to court? The United States ain't give a fuck whether or not he cured nobody. That's just what's wrong with y'all. Y'all watch a documentary on TV. Y'all see some shit. Y'all say, oh, the court proves it. No, do your fucking research. The court records will show that he lost against the United States of America in the courts, nigga. That they said you cannot tell people that you got the cure for anything, nigga. That's what they told him in the United States Supreme Court when he went to court in the civil case. And then in the state case, he got found not guilty of practicing medicine. That's what he got found not guilty of, nigga. Not practicing medicine. He brought 70 people in to testify.
The world knew New York as Muslims, as gods. When I was growing up, we had knowledge of self. I was a god body. I'm still acknowledging myself as that. I had knowledge of self. New York, we need to get back to being civilized. Fuck this gang shit. Fuck the blood. Fuck the crip. Let's go back to the seasons, nigga.
Back to the
Let's go back to being civilized.